Lieutenant General Shadrack Sibiya's testimony before Parliament turned into a tense showdown as MPs exposed a series of contradictions in his statements, from his ties to service providers to shocking inconsistencies about the kidnapping of businessman Jerry Boscha. Once hailed as a corruption fighter, Sibiya now faces growing scrutiny over his credibility, with lawmakers dissecting his every word to uncover the truth behind the police power struggles, political killings, and secretive intelligence dealings that have shaken South Africa's law enforcement to its core.
Isn't it that when I come now, I don't know which questions to expect, and as a result, the documents I have, but I couldn't bring everything here. So some of the documents, you may find that I don't have them immediately here, but before I leave here, I have them. There should be one here.
I think into ishizolo leyo uyibheka kanjalo le letter wangayiveza muqeda.
Legal team do we have?
Alongside others like former Hawks leader Anwar Dramat and police watchdog head Robert McBride, Sibiya faced pursuit over claims of mishandling the return of Zimbabwean nationals. At that time, he targeted key figures like former crime intelligence boss Richard Mhluli, earning him enemies in high places. Courts later cleared him, allowing his return to the South African Police Service as a deputy commissioner, where his future seemed bright and full of potential. Yet, by 2025, that image had shifted dramatically. Accusations from KwaZulu-Natal Police Commissioner Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi painted Sibiya as someone entangled with underground elements, prompting his suspension and a criminal probe. Mkhwanazi pointed to Sibiya's alleged efforts, alongside former Police Minister Senzo Mthunu, to shut down a special task team focused on political killings. This team had expanded its work into Gauteng province to help with a sensitive investigation, but Sibiya and Mthunu reportedly claimed it was overstepping by looking into local crime groups, leading to its disbandment on the 31st of December of the previous year. The Parliamentary Ad Hoc Committee provided Sibiya with a platform to share his side under oath, marking his second day of testimony on Tuesday.
General, good morning. We are going to sectorize my questions in two. The first emanate from the answers you have given yesterday to the evidence leader. And the second emanate from the statement you deposed to this committee. One, I want you to confirm to the committee that the answers you gave yesterday are to the best of your information and they are not a bad denial. Do you confirm?
Make me understand, Chair, because when you said, when the honorable member says the answers I gave versus the affidavit I deposed, they are not a bad denial. Can the honorable member take me to a specific point?
I'm saying, leave the statement for now. We'll come to the statement. I'm saying you have been asked the whole day by the evidence leader yesterday. You have provided answers.
Yes.
And in your statement, you said, you confirm that the information you are to give is to the best of your knowledge.
That's correct.
So I'm asking that do you confirm on record that all the answers that you would have given to the ad hoc committee yesterday,
yes,
are the best of the knowledge that you have and not a bad denial?
That is correct.
Thank you. So you receive a call from a gentleman by the name of Brown Mokhuts, who comes and meets with you in a hotel in Camps Bay. You dine together. He divulges an intelligence information to you. an alleged plot to oust you or something. But didn't it concern you as a Deputy National Commissioner of the South African Police Service that a civilian comes to you as a boss of an institution and gives you an information about your intelligence services? Did it not concern you?
What concerns me is the fact that he was telling me something about I know. And in that regard, I work with information. I've got people who are my informers, I have people who are whistleblowers. I deal with information. So even if I am concerned, the only thing I can do is to either speak to the National Commissioner, or where the National Commissioner is involved, I'll speak to the deputy ministers.
No. We understand clearly that crime intelligence has got what they call community intelligence, where they use the information to tackle crime. They use information they get from community members, which is fair. This is a different discourse, General. This person comes to you as a Deputy National Commissioner, brings an information about your intelligence services, not about what is happening in the community that will help you execute the mandate that you have. So this is different. I agree. It is important that you work with communities, get information, but this is different. A civilian comes to you, gives you information about your intelligence services. Did it not concern you that how did a civilian get hold of this kind of information as a person given a responsibility to manage and control the police service?
No, it didn't concern me.
Why?
Because when someone comes to you with information that helps your cause, you do give attention to such information. I cannot be worried about the fact that this person is giving me information that is actually saying to me, look over your back. I can't be worried about such.
So intelligence formation of the country that is lingering among community members doesn't worry you as a Deputy National Commissioner. Is that what you are saying?
That is the most concern that we must raise within the intelligence structure.
I'm talking about you, General, as a Deputy National Commissioner. So it does not concern you that an information that is supposed to be in the custody of intelligence services is lingering around community members. It does not confirm. Is that your evidence that you are not concerned when intelligence information is lingering around community members?
Of course, I am concerned if ever a member of the public will have information, in particular documents that belong to intelligence. It is a cause for concern. But if it is information that relates to the security that affects me, or you just giving me information as a whistleblower, it happens on a daily basis from many angles of the country where you get such information. People on the ground do come across information, and people do report right up to the highest office. They report, they bring information.
Okay, Chair, I think let's just note that the first General Sibiya was not concerned, and on the second, General Sibiya was concerned. What did you do with that information?
It's information that says, watch over your back. And then what I did is, sometimes I approach the National Commissioner. Sometimes I did speak to General Kumar and say, I understand there is one of the senior managers who's going around here and saying, when I'm going to arrest your boss, or we intend to arrest so and so and so and so. And at some point, it's even journalists where they want a journalist to run a story that says General Sibiya's arrest is imminent, and they want a journalist to run that story. And then I have a lot of AI generated TikTok messages about me. So you find that when you Google me or when you go into TikTok, you find that there is thousands of negative messages, or they will take my message and turn it replicates into many messages.
The question, General, was that what did you do about that?
What did I do about the information? I use it to my advantage to make sure that I survive.
I'm dying. This is too serious. Please help me. Please. I can't die like this. I'm begging you, my love. Look at me now. I really need this money. You know I work hard. Can't be treated like this. I get messages that Jerry's best friend, Cat Vusimatala, is the one who's involved in this kidnapping. And I feel so bad, and it hurt me so much that I know Vusi. I've met Vusi. I know Vusi Matala's wife. I was once sitting at the same table having lunch with Vusi Matala's wife.
I want to step off crime intelligence and go into my last area of questioning. General, there's cases that I'm interested in, which I hope that having led at least in detection and crime intelligence, you would know. You included an information note about Jerry Boscha. I'd like to know if you know what happened to Jerry Boscha. Also, General Mfazi, what happened to General Mfazi? And then the last one, the case or the allegations of a case around General Masemula. Would you know anything about that as well?
Jerry Boscha is a I'm told he was a businessman who actually was kidnapped. I don't have the exact date.
Sorry, General, you said was. You're speaking in past tense. Is Jerry Boscha still alive?
At this present moment, I don't know. Nobody can say. It's quite some time, and there hasn't been a communication in a long time. But he's been since kidnapped. We were receiving videos of him being assaulted, serious assault, where he was being battered and he was pleading for his life, and we were all touched. And we were all trying. I've put many teams together. We've communicated, we've called the service providers, we've put a team together. We've hit every house, even that what was suggested by the family. And when they say go there, we went and we hit. Sometimes we followed the phones where we thought Jerry was. We followed when we get there. It's in Limpopo. That's the wives of maybe Mr. Matala's family. We hit that house. No, it's not the right place. So we've been all over. But I was even approached by the family, the brother-in-law of Mr. Boscha, and then we called on everybody to be part, including intelligence, including Gauteng. They've been working together. Even now, it is the team that is still running on Jerry Boscha's matter. It hasn't been traced, and they're working with the family. And the family is happy. I've got the report here.
We have people in the organization that when a case is open, they take the docket and they keep it in their office, and they don't investigate it. And we have evidence for it. The Deputy Provincial Commissioner Gauteng can be called into this commission. He will tell you the list of all these dockets that were opened. There's one of them, it's a kidnapped person which is allegedly Matlala is involved. That docket was in Gauteng, but an instruction came from the head office, the General Sibiya's office, that we want that case docket. That docket is sitting in the head office. The mother of the kidnapped son, or the missing son, even contacted me because she can't find closure. And now we begin to see that who are people implicated, the Matlalas, and these investigations have been suppressed. We therefore cannot sit back, commissioners. We must take off our palaberam shoes and take off our blue uniform and wear boots and go and face the enemy directly.
It's in his own head, in his own mind.
You said that General Mkhwanazi undermined you as his senior, am I right?
Yes.
Are you aware that as you said yourself, let me just give you that. Are you aware that the accounting officer in the South African Police Service nationally is NASCOM? Do you agree?
Yes.
Are you aware that he originated those powers from the statute? You cannot have that power at all. You only have delegated powers. Now, the provincial commissioner, Mkhwanazi or anyone else, particularly, they originate their power like the national commissioner at provincial level. Do you agree?
Yes.
So why are you saying Mkhwanazi undermines you?
Like I'm saying, Honorable Chair, I think yesterday I did read out my delegation and then my functions, duties and functions as the Deputy National Commissioner and the legal framework that actually suggests what are my responsibilities. The National Commissioner, even in his own words, said there's no gap, there's no any other member between me and him. It's him, ourselves as the Deputy National Commissioners, then the divisional commissioners and provincial commissioners under us. So in other words, I'm a Deputy National Commissioner. I'm accountable to the National Commissioner, but the provincial commissioners and any other, they are below the Deputy National Commissioners.
Let me repeat again. So are you saying it was is correct for you to say you can come to Mpumalanga? You are senior when you come to Mpumalanga to the provincial co-commissioner?
I am.
In terms of powers, hence I'm asking you as a deputy commissioner, that the provincial commissioner, his powers comes from the state. He's an accounting officer at provincial level. Do you agree on that?
I do.
Now, when you come to the province, are you usurping, usurping his powers when you come to the province?
Not at all.
Yeah, hence I'm asking you, why are you saying Mkhwanazi undermines you?
He undermines me, because, I mean, we are both well-trained members from the college, from being a constable. You get trained as to the rank level structures. And you know which one is junior, which one is more senior to the other. And that is the case, that will never change.
We'll come back to that because fortunately I worked before the General.
Do you think that political killings are still prevalent in the political system in South Africa?
Do I?
Do you think that in the political system of South Africa, we are daily still experiencing political killings?
Yes, but at a much lower rate
than it was before.
Do
you think that was the impact of the PKTT?
At that point in time, yes.
No, I'm saying general. Do you think that political killings are still prevalent in our political system? You say yes, but in a much lower rate.
Yes.
Do you think that that much lower rate is as a result of the work that was done by the political killings task team?
I agree.
You agree?
Yeah.
Do you think that it is quite warranted that such a working political killing task team be dissolved? What is your view as a Deputy National Commissioner now? They're analyzing the situation, seeing this team that you agree under oath that is working hard. Do you think it was a proper decision to proceed with this dissolution given what you have just told us?
Personally, and looking at what the South African Police Services embarked on themselves, they embarked on a journey to dissolve the task teams and to make sure that they establish specialized units that will take care of, including, among others, political killings.
No. General, we are talking about one letter here. I hear you are bringing an overall approach over task teams. Here, what brings us here today is the letter of the 31st of December 2024. And that letter only speaks about the political killings testing. So, you are saying, in your view, political killings are still prevalent, and the political killings test team has done a tremendous job in reducing political killings in South Africa. Now, the question still is, do you think then, therefore, that it's a proper, well-calculated decision, given these circumstances, to dissolve it?
Honorable Chair, I'm saying still. They said to the House Portfolio Committee Chairperson that they have achieved the purpose for which they were established. They have stabilized all the districts except only eThekwini district. Now, we can't keep them only to attend to only one district now. I said yesterday, go to El Dorado Park, go to Westbury, go to Hanover Park, Manninberg, all those dangerous areas, Cape Flats, where people are dying every day. Let us refocus the energy and the resources and the budget to where they are needed. And we don't say political killing test team must die. We're saying we have now come up with a work study that says they must fall under murder and robbery unit so that the whole country can have a benefit of the expertise, to have expertise throughout the country to be able to fight this type of cases. Any murder, taxi violence murder, serial murder, police killings, if it falls under murder and robbery unit, that has got a pool of excellence within it. They will be able to operate throughout the country, but you don't need to have a small group of people based in KZ and to take over the whole country.
Some of them, maybe not all of them, but also made another presentation before the minister. They are said to have made a presentation to the Minister of Police, and part of that presentation apparently implicated you. Are you aware of that?
If they say it implicated me, in the one that I have that was made by them in my presence, it didn't implicate me. And if there is such that implicates me, I'm quite sure and I'm quite confident that I'm not involved in drugs, and I give them a go ahead to really arrest me if I am involved in drugs.
No, my question is that, are you aware that they had a meeting with the Minister of Police in which they gave a report, part of which implicated you?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I want to go to, but you don't have to go there. I will explain what is in the context of my question there. Paragraph 81 and 83 of your sworn-in statement, where you talk about Matlala. You say there, and I quote, I know Matlala as a service provider at SAPS. That's in paragraph 81. Then in paragraph 83, you say that, and I quote, I didn't know Matlala before the meeting at my office. Now, you have been telling this committee, General, that Matlala is a well-known person within the South African Police Service. If I read this too, I know Matlala is a service provider. And then the next paragraph, I didn't know Matlala before the meeting at my office. And in your submission here, Matlala is a well-known person within the South African Police. Does the well-known, the knowledge of Matlala, the knowledge about Matlala within SAPS, before his meeting with you on the day when he was coming to complain about the tent, does that knowledge of all others exclude you, and why? Well, why are you the only one who's excluded in that knowledge?
I didn't know Matlala. I didn't know Matlala from the onset or from the beginning. I didn't know him up until the day I met him in the office. And thereafter, I met him at the college and I've met him several times. Like I'm saying, I indicated. Now, he is the kind of a person who is well known because he's a person who's been operating in Gauteng. When I look at the whole history of Matlala and the other colleagues that know him, you will see that he's a well-known person.
Okay, let me just explain why I'm asking this question. You are saying in paragraph 81, I know Matlala. You are saying in paragraph 83, I didn't know Matlala until I met him in my office. But you seem to know that you actually know, not seem to know. You have told us, you know, when for sure, that actually Matlala is well known within SAPS. Now tell me, General, does Matlala become well known in SAPS in terms of your knowledge after he has met you, or he was well known even before he has met you? If he was well known even before he has met you, how did it exclude you among those who know Matlala?
Remember, Chair, that I was out of the police. And as a result, I was working for the city of Joburg. After I came back into the police, I was a component head of organized crime. I didn't know him still. But at the time I was acting as a national commissioner, after, I think, the 1st of July 2023, now when I was now the acting national commissioner, at that point, that's when I got to know Matlala. Now, thereafter going forward, you know that, he knows that one, he knows this one, he knows this one, he knows that one. So I realized that he's known.
Okay. Are you in constant contact with Mr. Brown-Hotz?
Not on a daily basis,
but you are communicating.
I am communicating.
About issues relating to the police service?
No, not about issues related to the
issues in general.
In general.
Okay. No, that's fine. Let's take back what Honorable Sokanyile was asking you. Mr. Matlala finds difficulties in operating in terms of the work that he was given. Comes to your office for the first time.
Yes.
Then you say beyond that, was the account that you have told us is that he came to ask about his tender issue where he found difficulties. You were acting national commissioner there. But you continue to say you have met him for about 5 times or less.
Yeah.
And you moreover say all this fracas happens when you are about to know him more or when you are about to know each other more. Is it a general practice in the police service that the top brass of the service has got direct contact and direct relationship with service providers? And how many service providers do have the same relationship that you have with Mr. Matlala in the SAPS?
What I know is that Mr. Matlala is a well-known person in the service, in the police. As you can see at some point right from the minister downward.
Let's talk about you, General.
No, I'm just saying, you ask, the honorable member asked a question whether is there a general practice in the police. Now, I'm saying it is a general practice in the police because it's a service provider, it's a stakeholder. Whether you're talking about Old Mutual, you're talking Metropolitan, you're talking about many other, they, on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, they find themselves in the same space. They are known to each other. That is why they gave him a tender to operate in the college where the national commissioner is. And there was no problem that the national commissioner saw himself on Mr. Matlala there. There was no issue because at that point in time, nobody knew about Mr. Matlala's involvement in any crime.
Your boss, General Masemola, deposed a statement in this committee. And one of the provisions in the statement said there was a meeting between him, General Khumalo, and the Minister of Police that declared you a rogue police officer. Are you a rogue police officer?
I've never been one in my 37 years old in the service.
So you deny the allegations?
I deny that, and they must prove that.
Okay.
Honestly, it's very difficult to understand General Sibiya. His testimony speaks something else. He speaks something else. He would put on record that he believes on the letter from Advocate Mbusizwe Mkhwebane. Then when you question him on the other letter by the former advocate, he then changes his stance. So I don't know exactly what to make of him as a character. Is he a person who avoids answering, or he's just evasive? He's all over the place for me. So I can't give one general understanding of who is he or what is he and how is he answering. It begs a lot of questions though. Begs a lot of questions in terms of character. Remember, the man has a cloud on his head.
What do you think? Please comment. Thanks for watching.